Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Ambassador of Southern Rock YouTube channel. We've got something else in store for you today. I wanted to ask you to please subscribe. I'm happy to say that we're getting quite a few subscribers now, but we can always use more and more and more. And we would really appreciate it. Just hit the subscribe button, and you'll be the first to know anytime we post anything new on the page. I want you to welcome back to the program yet again. You know him, you love him, you can't live without him. This is Dwayne Fields, and he's better known as Rebel with a Y. And why? Because we like him. I got to quit doing that Mickey Mouse joke. I've decided that Rebel and I are the click and clack of Southern Rock. we're
The
also the
confused.
redneck Siskel and Ebert. Okay, so just so you'll know. That's and thumbs up, thumbs down, or a thumb up your nose with a rubber hose. Wait a minute. What does that mean? Uh, Last time we did the obscure Southern rock songs, and we thought, well, there's so many, we can do a whole nother show at least of more obscure Southern rock songs, which is kind of fun. But I
And
want to tell you
they're not rated. This is just our opinions.
eh, yeah, which is all that really matters, right? Um, our opinions all that matter. No, I'm just kidding. No, it is. It's just our opinion, And please, folks, do continue to comment. I know what I like is I like these ones, like when we do best guitarist and best vocalist and all, and uh, listeners chime in and name all their favorites on the comments, and that's what we call group interaction. Okay, and we like that, so it's really good. Songs that I'm gonna run down the list right quick of the ones that we did last time, so it can you can always go back and watch that episode, or you can just watch this episode and see listen to this list, and it goes like this. We started out. Rebel had one by the group Mountain, and which is it's a rock group from New York, but yeah, this song Long Red, especially on the Woodstock version live, very Southern rock oriented. A lot of people think that Mountain's a Southern rock band because of Mississippi Queen anyway, but they had some real, Southern rock sound. And, at one point, Leslie West was considering joining Skinnerd. So there you go. What can you say?
But he got greedy.
He got greedy, and you see what happened. No, I didn't mean to say that. But anyway, the rest of the songs are we had Skinny Molly, Devil in a Bottle, Point Blank, great song, Mean to Your Queenie. What the hell did you expect? Down, down, down. I want to start singing it. Peace Stories by George McCorkle. That's Your Secret, Sea Level. 80 Miles to Memphis by Grinder Switch. Sanctuary by Savoy Truffle. Glitter Queen by Hydra. Just Trouble by Alan Collins Band. Oh, yeah, baby. Spirit of the Working Man by my boys, the Georgia Thunderbolts. A song called Old St. Lou by Mama's Pride. Brothers of the Southland from Black Hawk, Henry Paul and Black Hawk. And Rock This Country by Swamp DeWalt, Gig Michaels. Rebel had one called High Steppin' by Ram Jam. Yeah, baby. Southern Man by Doc Holliday. Please Be With Me by Cowboy, one of my all time favorite songs. A Gun Don't Mind by the Winters Brothers Band. And we had another Swamp DeWalt song, A Little Pill Called The Truth.
My
How about
favorite.
that? Man, well, they got they had a bunch of good songs. Up in Smoke by Blackberry Smoke, and Rebels got on their hat. I mean, not their hat, but one like theirs. We had our honorable mentions of Southern Rock All Stars with Train of Sorrow and Marshall Chapman with Somewhere South of Macon. So that being said, today my list is going. I kind of tended to go toward the softer side of Southern rock, but there's at least one balls to the wall rock song on my list. But I'm not I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll just have to listen. Yeah. So I'm going to be, yeah, I get tired of being a gentleman, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to let Rebel go first with one of his. And this should be interesting.
Yeah, because this first one is it's a song that kind of played out in my life at one time. Uh, that me and three friends of mine were cruising up the street. That was the cruise street in the town where we stay, and one of my buddies, his older brother and sister, had gotten in a fight up there on the street, and he heard about it. And the people they got in a fight with was driving a old 60 something Falcon that they had chopped the back off and made it like a pickup truck or a ranchero. And we saw him on the street, and my buddy said, "Pull up." We were like 16. I thought he just wanted to take a look at him, see who they were. But when we got up beside him, the back was full of people, and they were much older than we were. They had beards, and well, my buddy Neil took his beer can and threw it in the back of the pickup. Well, then all hell commenced to break loose. I called him every name in the book and stomped the gas. And I knew I had a 74 Camaro. I knew if we got out of town, I could outrun them. But we got hung up at a stoplight, and there was a car in front of us. And they bailed out at the back of that Falcon, and they come up, and my buddy Neil rolled his window up, and I was a little bit too slow, and his big ass fist come in and started wailing on me.
Mm.
And anyway, the light turned. The old woman and man in front of us, they had stopped, turned around, and was looking to see, watching us get our butts kicked. And I finally punched it and got around them. And we pulled off some side street and parked somewhere, and my nose was bleeding. I mean, he got me bad. But that being said, we laughed about it later, much later. But we heard this song by Elvin Bishop called Juke, Joint, Jump.
Oh, yeah.
And this line in there, we said, my buddy made it, but I was a little bit too slow. Woke up with my head all full of lumps. But that's always been a favorite of mine, even though it does have a kind of a. It's funny now, but it won't funny then.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's funny how that happens. A little time.
Joint jump. That's my first one.
Oh, well, that's a great one. Elvin Bishop. You just can't go wrong with Elvin Bishop.
And Melvin Seals on the organ and the piano.
Yeah.
And that. So he was fantastic.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Well, my first one.
Is he still alive?
Who?
Melvin Seals.
Melvin, I'm not sure. Yeah, his time has been really confusing for me. I was thinking today about some of the times I was hanging around with Doug and the Marshall Tucker band a lot because his former manager was also manager for Melvin Seals, and but I haven't thought about Melvin, and that's got to have been 15 or 18 years ago. And it seems like yesterday.
It was more than that because I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about when he was working with Tucker. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't working with Tucker; he was working with their manager. Ron handled Marshall Tucker and Melvin Seals and Steppenwolf at the time. But anyway, that's neither here nor there right now because now number five for me is a guy you may have heard of by the name of Dickie Betts in a band called Great Southern. Song that if I had $1 for every time I've sung this song in my shows, I'd have $1. No, I did do it a few times, but it's the title track from the 1978 Great Southern album, Atlanta's Burning Down. It's a wonderful, beautiful Civil War love song. Just love that song. I always have. And Dickie's always perfect guitar fills all through the thing. It's always been in my top list, top 20 anyway. Atlanta's Burning Down.
Beautiful song.
Left my home in Georgia. Yeah, baby. To fight with General Lee. Man, that was a good one. That's it gives me chills.
And the cover of that album is awesome too.
Isn't it beautiful?
He's got those mirror glass sunglasses.
Yeah.
Fire reflection. That was.
Oh, it was just classic. I remember the day I bought that. It had only been out a couple of days, and I saw it at Record Bar, and I was like, mine. I took that thing home and wore it out, baby. I liked it so much that my car had an 8-track tape player. I had a '69 Barracuda, and I had an 8-track player like every good boy does, with JBL speakers in the back window. Ooh, I was rocking. But I was like, well, wait a minute, I want to listen to Dickie in the car. I better buy the tape too. So I had the album at home and the 8-track going down the road. Oh man, 8-track days. I could do a whole show about 8-track days.
You have
Oh,
to keep a box of book matches in your car to
yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. All
skipping
right.
tracks.
Go with your next one, your number 4 or whatever.
My next one is, I've often said that this group may not have been the greatest group in the world, but you'd be hard pressed to find another group of individual musicians that were any better. They did a song one time. It was called "Standing on a Rock, Waiting for My Seeds to Sow." The Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just enjoy that song every time it comes on.
My buddy Soup on the bass, man. I got
Oh
the
yeah,
Soup Grande. He's a heck of a nice guy. Um, yeah,
for years I didn't know anything about the Ozarks other than Jackie Blue and If You Want to Get to Heaven. And
if you want to get to heaven, it's a great
yeah,
song.
it's a great song, but it's not obscure, so it weren't in my list.
It's not. Well, I think it was the one in my list. It's not obscure at all. But well, I mean, to me, it's not. To just the average public,
That's the
uh,
way I pick
it
mine
would
too.
be. Yeah,
But I don't put any. To me, I think everybody knows every Skinner song because I do.
yeah,
I know
yeah. But no, they don't though. They know Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama because that's all. That's the only ones they play on classic rock radio. Well, they might play Bullets once in a while or something, but they should have just dived deep. And man, I'm gonna tell these radio stations, I wish they would. Golly, they got the power to play just anything you want to, but they play the same songs every day. I just don't get it.
I don't think the DJs have the power. It's what's dictated.
It's program director, and it's all about advertisers and
I
money.
had a
Of
DJ
course,
one
it's about.
time tell me that I asked him why they play the same 500 songs every day, and he's
Yeah,
like, "Well," he said, "the demographics are something that if somebody gets in the car and they don't hear a song that they recognize,
they changed
they're
the
asked
channel.
to change the channel, and they don't want them changing the channel.
Yeah, well,
So I just turn them off."
it works. I sort of say it works the opposite way with me. If I get in there and I hear Freebird, I just turn it off
Yeah,
because I mean, if I want to hear Freebird, I've got every version of it
I do
here.
too.
And right, but okay, my next one is from a band called Thomas Wynn and the Believers, and Thomas Wynn and the Believers features a brother and sister, Thomas, of course, and his sister Olivia. And oddly enough, they are the children of Tom Wynn, who was the drummer for Cowboy.
Mhm.
And they have this great band. And the song that I'm picked is called Battleground off of their album Brothers and Sisters, as not to be confused with the Allman Brothers band, Brothers and Sisters. But the song Battleground, Olivia um, sings the lead vocals. She's a great harmony singer and a really good lead singer, but she rarely does a lead vocal, but she does on this song. And while songs are always open to interpretation, and while I have really no idea what they were thinking when they wrote it, in my mind, this is a Civil War song. The lyrics says something like, "Lead me to the battleground, lead me to where the war was won, show me where you fell when your mighty deeds were done." It's another soft and beautiful song. Um, and there's another one on the album called Heaven Tonight that is equally beautiful. Like I say, the softer side of Southern rock, but I found it interesting that they, they're the offspring of one of the guys from the original Cowboy, and they're just great. Thomas Wynn and the Believers, Battleground. Check it out. It's on YouTube.
Check that out. I've not heard that.
Yeah, take me to the battleground. All right. next.
All right, the next one is a band that I know you're familiar with. Very familiar with, but a lot of the people that don't know, but maybe two or three songs that they ever did. Um, and this one I thought was at one time I thought it was a racist song.
Oh,
When I got to really listen to it, it's not. It's actually anti-racist.
hmm,
From back when it was uh, racist was not thrown around a whole lot.
right.
It's Atlanta Rhythm Sections. Hey, hey, redneck.
Oh yeah,
When they were talking about wops and dagos, I thought it was being racist, but it's actually not because they're actually antagonizing him for being that way.
yeah, right.
The redneck they're singing about. That's a
Yeah,
really cool song. That's a great harmonica in it.
yeah, man. Yeah, sounds good. Well, my next one kind of feeds off of my previous one because this next song is by the group Cowboy. Scott Boyer and Tommy Talton leading the band, but it has Thomas Wynn was on the drums and Bill Pillmore and Pete Kowalski, all them guys, good guys. Um, and the song is called "Living in the Country" from the debut album in 1970 called "Reach for the Sky," not to be confused with the Allman Brothers album "Reach for the Sky." Hey, what's this pattern we got going here? Uh, living in the country, and my little story about that is, oh gosh, I don't know now. Like I said, I can't remember when, time eludes me, but it's some time ago, a couple of years maybe or three, that they did a benefit down in Macon for Larry Howard from Grinder Switch, who had cancer, and
He could make a guitar sing, buddy.
yeah, he was fantastic. And we did a I played the benefit along with Boyer and Talton and just a bunch of people. And uh, one of my happiest memories was when Scott and Tommy were singing "Living in the Country." Scott Boyer and Tommy Talton, and Donna Hall from Wet Willie was standing in there on the dance floor, and she said, "You want to dance?" And I was like, I was like a deer caught in the headlights. I'm sure I was like, "What?" This, if you recall, any red-blooded male in the world uh, just in love with her during the Capricorn days. Just beautiful, beautiful. It still is beautiful. So I got to dance with Donna Hall to a cowboy song, and I was like, God, it's a good thing she's married because I'd be falling in love right now. Who's to say I might have fell in love anyway? I'm just kidding. She's a sweet lady, and it was just a happy memory. I've been very blessed to have things like that happen, and I always feel like Forrest Gump. Though I feel like, I just like ended up in these situations like Forrest Gump, where you're standing there with the president or something. I really don't know what I did. you know? So anyway, so that's it. My number three is Cowboy, living in the country, baby. On to yours.
Um, we were talking about when we were making this list. We didn't share our list with each other, but you
No,
come close a while ago. I thought we were going to overlap.
close.
uh, I got a song that's also off of Dickie Betts and Great Southern,
Ah,
uh, and it's off Atlanta Burning Down.
oh,
Yeah, but mine is more of like a good old hand clapping, foot tapping, Southern revival song, and I love it every time I hear it. It just makes me want to move a little bit. Good time feeling.
hey man, what a great song. Wow.
Great. He does some great licks in there. And it's just all around great song. It's just a feel good song.
Dickie's got a gift for writing that gospel kind of,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all the way back to when he wrote Revival. I mean,
Yeah.
golly, man, wow, that's a good time feelings. Can't go wrong with that. Great. My next one is my number two is by Dennis and Donnie, the Winters Brothers, Band.
Great guys.
Yeah, wonderful guys, and it's from their self-titled debut album that was produced by Taz DeGregorio of Charlie Daniels Band, and Taz played a lot of mean piano on that album, and it's one of my favorite Winters Brothers songs. It's called "Smoky Mountain Log Cabin Jones."
Yes, sir. Love that song. Love
Just
that song.
just a genius piece of work. I mean, as southern as you gonna get. That's all I got to say. I mean, it is, and that whole album's great, but every time I
This
ever heard them
is
do that
I got
song, I just
homegrown shit back in the truck.
oh yeah, homegrown's a great fun little ditty too.
Just 3 Cokes will get you messed up.
Yeah, yeah, the I Can't Help It song on there is one of their perennial jam. Every year for a long time, they were having the Winters Brothers Jam up in Nolensville every summer, uh, Father's Day weekend in June. And I was going up there. Scott and I would always go up there, and I would play, and I'd end up on the stage with the Winters Brothers and whoever else was there. One time it was Ed King. One time it was Tommy Crane, and one time it was Barely Harwood. And but we would play anytime it was a big jam. They would play I Can't Help It um, from the first album, and then but they would always play Smoky Mountain as part of the set, and I love it. So
That whole album is just great to me.
it really is. It really
Yeah.
is. Yes,
Sanger love songs.
all night long.
Yeah, and hey, Winters Brothers get 3 plugs here.
Well, good. Plug them all you want. Wait a minute. What? That didn't sound good.
No, that didn't sound right at all.
You don't be plugging Donnie Winters now. I don't know about that. Yeah, all right. Well, go on with your next one, with your bad self.
We're on number 5 now, right?
Number one.
Number 1.
If you're descending,
Well, yeah. Like I said, they're in no particular order. But this is my last one.
or ascending. Okay.
This is another band that I guess not many casual Southern rock fans know about, other than the one-hit wonder that they had, which was "Keep Your Hands to Yourself."
Georgia
But
Satellites.
I really loved that song, "Railroad Steel."
Me too.
I got a heart like a railroad steel.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just the drums in that. It's almost like the drums. When I heard it, it kind of reminded me of Jackson Spires, not necessarily a playing, but how overpowering the drums was in this. Not overpowering, but prominent.
Prominent, yeah,
In
out
songs.
front,
Several
yeah.
of those songs. I don't know whether it was the playing or they used it fixed it in the mix or plug.
Hey, wait a minute.
But the drums in that.
Available now from Mercer University Press. Go ahead.
That's another great song. Like I said, if you only know "Keep Your Hands to Yourself," you owe it to yourself
Yeah,
to go on Spotify and listen to some more of the Georgia Satellites, because
that's
they're
right.
a very talented group.
Yeah, I tell you, when we in the Buffalo Hut, we played. Of course, we played "Keep Your Hands to Yourself." I got so tired of singing that one. I got tired of it. But another one of theirs that I just loved to play was "Battleship Chains."
Yes,
That's a great one, man.
I
Yeah,
was kind of torn between Railroad Steel and Battleship Chains, but I
yeah,
had
both are great though. In fact, that first album was just amazing. Well, all the way down to my number one, and this is not at all an obscure band, not at all, and probably not even considered by some an obscure song. But I've got to say, this is one of my favorite songs by this band, mostly because I used to sing it in my band, and I got really excited doing it. The band is called Leonard Skinner
Ooh,
from the Nothing Fancy record of 1975, and the song is On the Hunt.
yes.
Just like all you, baby.
I know
well,
who you are, and I know what they call you.
yeah, yeah, I know what they call you, girl. One of my top 10 Skinner songs of all time. And like I said, one of the most fun songs to play with my old band some 18 20 years ago, whenever it was. We had a ball doing that. On the hunt, man, crank it up. Oh yeah. So anyway, that wraps it up, just like that, just like that. And we
Try to
encourage you
make it
all
as
to
painless as
comment.
possible.
Do what?
I said we tried to make it as painless as possible.
Yeah, painless as possible. And I'm not gonna do honorable mentions because we may actually do more obscure ones someday.
Good, because I didn't have any honorable mentions on my list.
Yeah, I just I was so excited about talking about On the Hunt that I didn't care about anything else. The so anyway, thanks everybody for tuning into the thing here. Please spread the word, Thunderbird, and let people know that we're trying to, uh, you know, uh, spread the good word of Southern Rock. Yeah, and show everybody that it's still as viable as it ever was.
And it's deeper than you think.
It's deeper than you think, yeah, and it's not all free bird and catch a sea. There's so much more. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with those,
Yeah.
but there's so much more out there, and so much if you start digging and kind of digging into it, kind of digging in deep. Um, but anyway, that's it. And thank you for tuning in. And I'm gonna say thank you to Rebel with a Y. Appreciate it so much, man.
No problem.
All right, we'll catch
Looking
you
forward to
down the
Luke.
road. Say bye.
Bye.